Hello everyone, my name is Kataria Gansham and today's my presentation topic is use of web resources in academic writing. This is my personal information, table of content. In this presentation, I will focus on these topics, rise of internet and publication, internet use into research, how to conduct web search, web resources, using recommended sites, difference between printed and web resources, things that needs to be careful while using the web, rise of internet and publication. The internet has become the most widely discussed computer network in all forms of media, whether it be printed, television, or radio. Frequently referred to as the information superhighway, it has been virtually acknowledged to be the information panacea for an increasingly knowledge-hungry populace. The World Wide Web has become the most significant development on the internet. There has been considerable activity in the conversation of existing resources and development of new materials suitable for display and review on the web. Point and click simplicity, coupled with sophisticated search engines and advanced electronic publishing softwares, has been resulted in providing the internet readers and researchers with enormous quantity of information. Most of the top selling international relations textbooks now features a companion online site with interactive teaching and learning resources, chapter by chapter, including suggested internet sources on that site and in the text. Publishers are offering various types of online products as supplements for courses topics, sometimes independent of the particular text used and as course packs. The information culture is changing rapidly regarding inputs, use, and access. The internet uses into research. The internet and its uses in higher education have improved educational development and research and has encouraged virtual interaction for sharing research findings. The rationale for internet utilization for academic and research purposes stems from the benefits derived, such as free access to online journals, magazines, and other information resources. It has been theorized that the perceived usefulness of or perceived utility is the major rationale for the acceptance of technological devices such as the internet. The recent decades research evidence has shown that the advance in information technology and the development of computers have affected students' approach to research and learning in the contemporary higher education setting. How to conduct web search. Whether you are developing a research topic or looking for research sources, use the tool for locating internet materials. You have probably used internet search engines such as Google, Windows Live, and Yahoo to find all sorts of information, but you may not have explored all the ways of searching provided by the services. If you know at the outset the exact topic you wish to search, you can perform a keyword search which produce a list of sites containing the word or words you specify. Whenever you discover what seems a useful document or site, be sure to record its address so that you can easily return to the sources for further information or clarification. You can compile a record by using the bookmark feature in your browser, copying URL and pasting them into a file into a word processor, or using research management software or sites. Now the Chrome have modified their bookmark feature more advanced, and it is very useful for these type of uh, keeping a record of your searches. Always note the date or dates on which you consult a source. The date of access is important because the material could be revised after you visit the site. This is the case of searching online, that it can be edited anytime, and you have to be sure that when you look at the sources on which date or which time, because it can be edited by the authority of that website or portal. Web resources. Through the World Wide Web, a researcher can read and transfer material from library catalogs and millions of other useful sites created by professional organizations, government agencies, commercial enterprises, educational entities, and individual scholars. Their sites provides access to historical papers, literary works, articles in periodicals, and audiovisual materials. There is a lot of information available on the internet. Primary sources exist on the internet, and if you are writing a paper on social media, you may need to quote or reference a website like Twitter or any other social media type of website or software. So this is very helpful. All the resources, and some of these kind of resources are open libraries or university libraries or other journal and open source library or archives. And then there is these type of softwares Google Scholar or Citation Gecko or Semantic Scholar or OpenLX, where you can find that the resources are how many times they are cited, or when they were published, or which publication was publishing that material, or how many times it is referred, and all the related materials about that topic or keyword you can find. Using recommended sites. Using the web for research requires practice and training, just as using a library does. Whenever possible, follow the guidelines of instructor and academic department or a librarian in selected internet sites for research. But nowadays we don't need this type of instructors or a guide. If you have a good device or internet connectivity, you can practice this type of research and searching online, and you can find throughout time different type of authentic and important material and resources. Meta pages that provides link to other sites. These type of meta pages are where lots of important links are given, or hypertext are some of the most important resources and open libraries and all type of information that are available. All the links we can find on this type of page. One of these is Voice of the Shuttle, where you can find all the important resources online related to the humanities and related to humanities. But in this meta page, some of the links are now not working properly. But most of the information are given into this page, and all the links are hyperlinked here. Difference between printed and web resources. The printed resources you find in the library have almost always been thoroughly evaluated by the expert before they are published. This process of peer review is the difference between, for example, an article in Times Magazine and one in a journal such as the University of Toronto Quarterly. When books or other materials can come into the university library system, they are painstakingly and systematically cataloged and cross-referenced using procedures followed by research libraries the world over. This process is the basis for the way materials are organized in the library, and it makes possible the various search functions of the web catalog. On the internet, on the other hand, anything goes. Anyone can put anything they want on the website. There is no review or screening process, and there are no agreed upon standard ways of identifying subjects and creating cross reference. This is the both glory and the weakness of the net. It's either freedom or chaos, depending on your point of view, and it means that you have to pay close attention when doing research online. Some of the resources have authenticity. We can say things like JSTOR or any other like Taylor and Francis, where they are providing paid versions where you can find authentic and peer reviewed resources, but not all the websites or all the platform have that type of capacity or ability to give authentic resources. Things that needs to be careful while using the web. So there are the fundamental criteria which you judge a source of information. There's an author who is writing the resource, and what is the position of that person, or the field which he is working, or his position. Date of publication. This is very important, that when the resource is published, addition or revision, if that resource was edited or revised by the publication or the author. Publisher, who is publishing the resource, is it well-known publishers, or some of the authentic, or anyone is publishing that resource. Intended audience, for whom it is published, or it is authentic for research purpose, or it is just for entertainment or for the common knowledge. Objective reasoning, and then there is a coverage and writing styles. Then website requires a second level of security, and which is what can the URL tell you? Is it it's about that? Is it about is it able to hyperlink, or you can go to other pages or not? Who wrote the page? Are they on the authoring institution, qualified authority? Is it related to the authentic institution like universities, or the well-known publication, or anyone is editing or creating these kind of pages? Is it dated, current, and timely? So this is most important, that is it accurate to the time of the publication, or the relevant to the publication of the main resource? Is information cited? So this is the this one is also very important, that in that resource all the information are cited correctly, or is it reliable? So we can find that by the information cited into that resource. Does the page have overall integrity and reliability as a source, or it is just copy pasted material, or not reviewed? What's the bias? Is it giving the proper knowledge by not being biased, or it is just giving personal view of things? could the page or site be ironic, like a satire or a spoof, or it is only for knowledge and research? If you have questions or reservation, how can you satisfy them? Are they giving contacts or emails or comments section or anything that we can connect to them or contact them for our queries or question to satisfy? So these type of all the things are needed when you are using web resources or researching through using internet and online. This is my references. Now you can ask me questions.
Kancha, what are the potential challenges and limitation of relying on web resources for academic research compared to traditional library resources?
So as I have mentioned in my slides, that when you are not using traditional library resources or using the web resources, then you have to need to rectify that whether it is authentic or not, what type of publication, what type of author is publishing these resources, when it was published, is it reviewed, peer reviewed or not, is it affiliated with publishers that are authentic to their fields or not? These type of challenges are there to look out.
Ghanshyam, my question is that what are the ethical considerations involved in using web resources and academic writing, including issues like plagiarism and copyright?
So, using web resources and academic writing, first is you have to know that are you able to get web resources related to research, and then are you able to get this online or not? If you get this right, that you are getting resources and they are authentic and you are using for research, then comes the problem of plagiarism and copyright. And I think this is connected with after writing. It is for the authority or the like if you are writing dissertation, then it is your teacher's concern that whether you have cheated on in the research writing or you have done plagiarism. Then comes the various softwares online that gives you plagiarism and plagiarism check and check that is it authentic or just copy pasted. So that is the answer of the question.